you from the Radio for One studios in Franklin, Michigan. Welcome to the Detroit Cast.
Big fan. Big fan.
A show not just free of charge, but free of FCC regulations.
Thank you for your support of the Detroit Cast.
Oh, there it is.
And without further delay, it's showtime. Please welcome the Detroit Cast. Here are your hosts, Mike and Jay.
Well, hello. Welcome to the show, Mike and Jay. Shalom, Biggie. Hello, Jay.
Gentlemen,
How are you, my friend?
happy to be here.
Very good, very good. I'm tired. I don't know why.
What happened?
I don't know.
You're up late eating pizza rolls.
Pizza
I know that.
rolls. Yeah, what's going on with that, dude? You got my text
It's
about
astounding.
that. 3
An
times.
astounding stroke of good fortune, Mike.
Is that what it is? I don't know. I feel
If
like
you
they're
like
up to
pizza
something.
rolls.
I do. I buy this like mini box of pizza rolls, and it says clearly on the box. And I sent you a picture as proof.
15 rolls.
15 rolls, and I lay them out on the pan to put in the oven, and it's like roll of 4, 4, 4, 4,
Whoa.
4, 4, 4.
That's
16
16
rolls.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Bonus roll.
bonus roll, exactly. And so I'm counting it. I actually had to count with my finger extended, like 1, 2. I'm like 4 plus 4, 4. It's 16. It is. It's 16. But why would they do that? They're not in the business of losing money
they
or
don't just
giving
give away
product
rolls.
away. Yeah. And if it's 16, they're going for it. Then put it on the box.
Is this a Wonka golden ticket situation?
You would think. But I've gotten it 3 times in a row now.
That's incredible.
Yeah. I don't know what to make of it, but I don't trust the is it Tostinos? Tostinos? Yeah, you wouldn't.
Tell me, dude.
Is it? Whatever. I don't
I've heard
trust
of
them.
Geno's pizza rolls.
No,
Those
it's
around.
Totino's?
Totino's.
Yeah, Totino's, I guess.
I don't trust the fine folks at Totino's. They're up to something. I just haven't figured out what it is yet. I don't know what their
Or
end
it's just
game is.
the fact that these things are made in big factories and there was just a mistake one time.
3
3
times.
times in a row.
Maybe in
3
3 different
separate
boxes?
boxes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
Keeps happening.
Dude, just enjoy the good fortune and move forward. Don't
Yeah. I don't know
worry
what you're
about it, man. Don't get
questioning about.
anxious about it.
Well, I feel like they're not doing it just to be nice guys. So they're up to something.
Time will tell.
I don't know what they're up to, but they're up to something. If anyone at Totino's is listening to us, I don't want them to take it out of there, but
I got a free beer the other day when I was out to lunch with my brother because I had one and I was nursing mine more than my brother's and he'd ordered a second one. She brought it back and then she goes, "Oh, this is the wrong kind. Well, you can have this." And
That's
then I
the
got
best,
to have
right?
it.
I've had that happen for sure.
Yeah, it was great.
Hey, speaking of beer and pizza, you already know that Hamlin Pubs is a great place to watch the big tackle ball game or
Sure.
even for an evening out with your girl. But are you aware of Hamlin Pubs' amazing Tuesday and Thursday food specials? Tuesdays, they're burger and brew days. That's an Angus burger, fries, and your choice of 12-ounce domestic beer or soda. Just how much?
$6.99, just under $7.
It's under
yeah.
$7. If pizza's more your thing, however, like it is for
It
Mike,
is. It is for me.
then get there on Thursdays when you'll get half off all pizzas. That's a huge bargain.
Oh,
These specials are good at all 5 Hamlin Pubs locations, that being Clarkston, Chesterfield, Rochester, and of course the 2 in Shelby Township.
One of which will be at September 29th.
We'll be there. Keep
Yeah.
it on your calendars, and I think we'll have more news today. I think we have to have more news today. Mike.
Yeah, we'll come up with something, but it's going to be either way.
We'll figure out something.
No, well, we're gonna be there.
We will decide.
Regardless,
we
we'll
will
be there.
decide what amongst our many options.
Right.
We've been weighing many options. Easus even came in with some new options today that threw everything for a tizzy.
Oh no, nice job, E. In a good way or a bad way?
In a good way.
It was a good tizzy?
You know what? E's a pretty creative dude when it comes to dumb
sure,
shit.
sure he is.
I mean, you give him a project, like think of something dumb, E.
Yeah, I could do that.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, I got that handled
Got
all day long,
pages
no
of it.
problem. Well, either way, the 3 of us, we could agree we'll all be there.
Yeah.
That's already
it's
on.
happening September
That's
29th, and we want
for
you to be
sure.
there too, listeners.
Yeah, please come out. Hey, can I take a quick moment to thank one of our fine listeners? Did you see the toys I got in the mail?
I did, man.
Look at that Nikki Six.
Yeah,
ball.
that's yeah. I've seen these down. What are these?
Pop Rocks by
Yeah. I've seen like
Funko.
Star Wars guys like that and stuff.
Yeah, I think I have a Star Wars one upstairs. But believe it or not, I did not have the Motley Crue ones. So Kim sent me all 4 of them. So
Oh,
I have
nice.
all 4 guys. Yeah, all 4 of them. So thank you, Kim. It was very nice. And she used our portal,
Oh,
our
excellent.
Amazon link
Amazon
portal.
Of
to
course,
buy
our
it.
link is at DetroitCast.com. Please use that. It's a great way to
It's
support
above
the show.
fold.
It
Can't
is.
miss it. She says, I used your portal. Hope you like them. Love the show. Kim. Well, we love you too, Kim. Thank you very much. It was very sweet. Appreciate that. Brett Kavanaugh.
Yeah.
Boy. This is turning into a real problem. And this is news in like all I can think of is like, yeah, okay, now what? Like, now what do we do?
The alleged victim is willing to testify before Congress.
Yeah, I know. But even if, I mean, in the end, like we were talking about yesterday, there's no, like,
well, now what?
okay, now what?
Well, then
Even
you put up somebody else. That's their whole thing. They're trying. The Democrats are trying to delay.
Right. I know. Well, I know that, but I mean, I don't know, dude. When you're talking about 36 years ago, you're not talking about like the Stanford swimmer rape thing. Even if this is totally true, do you think that should warrant like, nope, not you, get out of here? You know, as a 17-year-old, 16-year-old, you're drunk at a party and I don't know, grabbed a girl's titties or tried to pull her dress. I mean, it sounds awful. It does.
It's not up to me, Mike. It's up to Congress.
I know, but I'm asking
That's
you.
why we elect our senators and Congress.
Yeah, that's why they get paid, right, for the hard jobs, right?
You
Over
have
your
a
pay
problem with
They
grades.
deal with the tough decisions.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I'd have to know more about it, I guess. I certainly don't believe that people I certainly don't believe that, you know, people aren't allowed like a mistake or something, and we don't even know if it was a mistake. And just because she's willing to go to be for Congress, so fucking what?
I know.
I
I
mean,
feel the
so
same way.
fucking what?
She already did a lie detector, and if she, you know, she passed that. I mean, if she's going to that extent, she believes this story. You know, he is absolutely, you know, on record. Fuck, this never happened. And dude, it's awful. If that's never happened, it's awful. It really is. And the woman we're talking about is a professor out of California, Christine Ford. The White House said that the Senate Judiciary Committee is leaning toward inviting Brett Kavanaugh's accuser to testify before the panel. As the woman's attorney said, she'd be willing to appear, as you said.
But what can happen to her? Nothing, because they won't be able to prove that she's right or wrong in any level.
I know.
So she has nothing to lose. Nothing to lose to just go up there and say, yeah, he did this. Right?
I know.
Like, am I wrong? Like,
I mean, there's no way to prove it didn't. So,
Yeah.
yeah, you're right, E. That's a valid point by E. There's really nothing to lose. It's my word against his word, and it's 36 years ago. You know, and my thing is like, I mean, I wouldn't want to be judged for some dumb shit I did. I mean, we've all done dumb, stupid things.
It's true.
And, you know, sexual assault is a different level. I understand that. But it's like, God, if we're looking for the most perfect human being, I'm almost scared of that guy. It's you turn into
the
Ted Cruz.
total social retard. The little kid in the Young Republicans with his blue blazer on at age 9, and he's gonna be a congressman
Hell
someday.
yeah.
I'm going to Washington, and
that
then he
guy
lives his life in prep schools. And I mean, it appeared that Kavanaugh was on that track, but
Well, sure.
apparently even that guy can deviate.
Yeah, I know. You get the idea that it's like, oh, you started campaigning for president when you were 12.
Yeah.
Cool. Boy, that sounds like
Dork.
a whole lot of fun, nerd. So, you know, if you weren't listening to us yesterday or paying much attention, 36 years ago while in high school, she claims he pinned her down in a bed. She was wearing a bathing suit, a one-piece, which is kind of, you know, in high school, one-piece? Really? I mean, I don't think bikinis, but
I think I could find sometimes the one piece hotter than the bikini at
Oh,
times.
really?
Look at us.
You guys
I
are
do.
fans of the one-piece?
Sometimes I think
thought the
sometimes
room
it could
would
be
insulted.
sexier.
I thought the room would be insulted that you'd have a girl that age not in a two-piece.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
kinda
Unless
weird,
she's
right?
at swim practice, right?
Yeah. She's at a party, too. So why is she wearing who knows? Maybe it was a pool party. But he tries to rip it off. One of his friends jumps on top of them like, what's up, guys? And rolls out, and then she takes off, runs to a bathroom, and leaves. I categorically and unequivocally deny this allegation. I did not do this back in high school or at any time in my life.
Do we know to what level he even admits being at this party or
Well, that would
knowing
be
the
interesting.
girl?
Yeah, that would be interesting. And I guess that's probably what they'll try to find out is, did these two even know each other? Did they go to the same school? Was anyone else at the house party remembers them being there? I mean, that would add, you know, could you honestly, like, Jay, remember when we were in high school? Do you remember who was at that party? Like, dude, that would be really hard to go.
Yeah, I'd remember some. but-
Probably these guys, I would guess, but you know, I mean, you can't say with absolute certainty. And you know, the guy that apparently jumped on the pile says this didn't happen either. He's like, no, this didn't happen. So, you know, we've got Kellyanne Conway coming out, said that they should both be heard. This woman should not be insulted, should not be ignored. I think the Senate is headed towards a reasonable approach, allowing this woman to be heard in sworn testimony and allowing Judge Kavanaugh to be heard in sworn testimony. I spoke with the president. I spoke with Senator Lindsey Graham and others.
We're going to move forward with our vote.
It's right. It's gonna be this Thursday, but we still need to know what happened in that room. So let's get them in here. This woman will be heard.
But we need to know what happened. She told us what happened. You know what I mean? What is her testimony going to do that's going to change that?
I know, and
Yeah,
even,
but to,
I guess
to our point a moment ago, they want to ask him, you know,
Yeah.
to find out
Okay.
what layers of this he admits,
Yeah.
right?
right. So anyway, this has to be weighed against what we already know, which is that Judge Kavanaugh is a man of good character and integrity. He's been through half a dozen rounds of FBI vetting and has been lauded. But is it lauded or lauded?
Lauded.
Lauded.
That's how I say it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you don't say every word right though. You say
I've heard
scenario
lauded.
and
I've heard maybe let's go with lauded.
lauded.
Yeah.
I mean, okay.
It's more pretentious. I like
Is
it.
it lauded?
It's lauded.
Lauded. I kind of like lauded, but lauded it is. He's been lauded by women in every aspect of his life, including former classmates, mothers of young girls he coaches in basketball, of course. I mean, yeah, he's a coach now. What are they going to say? Oh, yeah, he's grabbing our little girls.
Right.
I mean, you know, what does that even mean? She's willing to take whatever it takes to get her story forth and will agree to testify under oath, whatever. And then, you know,
It's politics, man. We'll see what happens. You
I
know,
know.
these things can spin out of control.
yeah, let's not fool ourselves. You know, and that's what Kellyanne Conway was saying too. Like, let's be honest. The Democrats were not going to vote for this fucking guy. They've been begging for an excuse anyways. They said it long before he was even nominated. Not voting for him.
It's delay, and then they put the political pressure on the Republicans who do vote for him. Like, oh, you're
Yeah.
a woman hater.
Oh, yeah,
you
you
like
hate
sexual
women.
assault.
Yeah.
Got it.
Par for the course. This is what you people do.
Yeah.
You know, but again, I don't know like what you do with that. Like both she
I know
says
what
it
you-
happens, he says it doesn't. Okay, now what?
I know what
Because
you
you're
do
not
with
gonna
this.
have evidence. So
you
I don't-
never run for any of this shit. Just live a normal life where you can have a mistake or two and it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You know, running
That's a
for
good point.
politics. No, that seriously. That's all this does is double down on what we've always talked about with politicians. Why would you want to be the Supreme Court justice? Why would you want to be a president? You know, normal
Ego.
people have some
Yeah,
mistakes.
power, ego.
I know, but you know what I'm kind of
How
saying.
sweet would it be if he came out and was just like, you know what, fuck this, I'm out. Political office, you guys are assholes. I don't want to do this.
That would
You
be
know?
fucking awesome.
Well, that would suggest everybody would assume he did it then.
I
You know,
wouldn't.
Oh, look at him. He got
anyway.
caught, and now he's stepping down. Doesn't want to face the music.
Yeah, that's true. He can't
No,
do
he's
that.
got to fight
You're
to the
right.
death now.
Yeah, I don't know. You'd still be okay with him being there though? Wouldn't you? I mean,
Yeah, God, I mean,
in another story of, yeah, okay, well, now what? Tom Arnold. Tom Arnold has been on a rampage
oh my gosh, man.
over Trump and this tape that he claims.
That's the tapes from The Apprentice.
Right, where he says am I wrong? Did he? I thought he said he had the tapes. Wasn't that the beginning of this where it was like,
I thought he had some weird string of tweets where he had met Michael Cohen, Trump's personal lawyer.
right?
And it was like him in a hotel lobby, like, me and Michael, we hooked up. Just wait, this week.
Yeah.
I've got, breaking news and all this stuff. And then Michael Cohen kind of like stiff-armed him, and that didn't come to fruition. And then
But do you
Tom was,
remember when we talked to him, Tom Arnold?
yeah, I don't.
It was like I remember because it was like the day after that it first came out. It was like, oh, nice job, fuckface. We just talked to you. Why didn't you say anything about this N-word tape or whatever? I thought it was days
I
after
don't
our interview.
remember that at all.
Yeah, that's how I remember it. Maybe I made that up entirely, but that's kind of how I remember it. Thinking like, dude, if this is such a big deal, you've heard it. Why didn't you drop that bombshell on our show? You know. But he apparently called the police department after an altercation with Mark Burnett over the weekend. He says he was attacked by Mark Burnett.
Mark Burnett is the producer of The Apprentice, Survivor, a bunch of other big
Shark
shows.
Tank
Yeah.
is one of his. You know,
Big right-wing guy, too.
There was some big Emmy party in Los Angeles, and apparently, so he tweets out, Mark Burnett just went apeshit and choked me at this huge Emmy party. Then he ran away with his torn pink shirt and missing gold chain. I'm waiting for LAPD. Multiple people who witnessed said the two men were shoving one another, but it's not clear who the aggressor was. And then his wife, apparently Jeff Probst tried to break it up.
What?
What a scene. That's hilarious. Arnold has been chasing Mark Burnett like he's got a new show coming out this week, I think. Trying to locate the Trump tapes with Tom Arnold.
Okay.
And so he's been trying to get a hold of Burnett, and so him being in this public place, knowing he was going to be there, my guess is Arnold went up and confronted him, and Mark Burnett was like, "Go fuck yourself, dude."
Yeah.
You know, that's probably how it went. But he's been chasing around trying to get these tapes that he believes show the president making a number of racial and derogatory comments while filming The Apprentice. He has the show. It's called. It's on Viceland. Do we even have
Yeah,
Viceland?
I know. Yeah, I know that channel. I mean, I don't know where it is, but I know it.
It's called The Hunt for the Trump Tapes with Tom Arnold.
That's the shit that had like Bams, and Bam did that whole thing where he came out.
Oh,
And
yeah.
It has like stuff like that. It's kind of.
Now I got you.
Burnett's wife, Roma Downey, said that she's been bruised in the melee, and she posted this picture of her hand.
Oh, my.
Yeah, poor thing. People are taking issue going, bruises don't show that soon. So I don't know what the truth is there, but got this bruise from Tom Arnold tonight as he tried to ambush my husband Mark and me at a chariot event. Is your TV show worth it, Tom? Please stop. He responded, bullshit. You lie, and your crazy husband attacked me, you psycho. I'm filing a police report and suing you for defamation.
Oh, my gosh.
All these people.
Jesus Christ.
Dude, get a fucking life.
Right,
honestly,
dude, there you go.
What are you doing, Tom? What are we doing? Honestly. So what if you let's say Tom Arnold is right, and there's Trump, yes, N-word. Okay, now what?
Wouldn't that be hard to deal with, having a president who has openly used the N-word?
Yes, it would. But what do we? Is it impeachable? Do we fire him? Do we kick him out of office, or do we just continue to divide the country further? Like, what is the possible benefit? People that think Trump's an asshole know Trump's an asshole. People that don't give a shit about this sort of thing. So I just don't know what's the end
I think
game?
the more and more that piles up, though, the more lies and so forth, the more people who don't think Trump's an asshole start to think, you know what? I had enough of this guy. I think it does, dude. You say, I think you approach it like everybody's on their side. I agree to you to a large extent, but shit like that comes out and you go, okay, I'm not supporting this guy next time.
Yeah.
One time was enough. This guy's a real fuckhead.
Yeah. Well, he is.
Yeah, but you start to get racist and shit. That takes it to another level, man.
For sure. But, I guess for people like me, I don't.
Yeah, everybody has their threshold.
Sure.
But
And-
you recognize that other people have different thresholds,
Of
right?
course. Yeah, of course.
So I don't think you can just across the board go, everybody who loves Trump already loves Trump. You don't. I think there are people at play, and as time goes on,
Yeah, you're one of them.
tired.
You've said that.
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
definitely tire of this shit. You know.
Yeah, but it's been a nonstop since day one assault, a try to get you, gotcha moment
Understood,
thing.
but impeachment is a political issue as well, just like the Kavanaugh vote. And so the more you can stack up and present, it doesn't have to be a crime, you know?
Right.
It has to be something that politically warrants removing the guy or at least impeaching him technically.
I just,
And that's what they're
I don't
after.
know.
They're after anything. They'll take anything.
yeah.
Work on it, Tom. We'll
I
fund
know.
you behind the scenes. You go. Find that tape.
Yeah, it's just something we've never seen before in a landscape like this. Not in our lifetime, anyways.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's just like, okay, now what? Now what? The guy's just doing his thing. He won an election, and it's like this constant pounding of the pavement. It's like, dude, if those tapes exist, someone would put them out. That's what I think. Like, there's just too many people involved, especially in entertainment, that would have access to a tape of.
You'd think you'd have more people going, oh, yeah, they exist. Absolutely. I've heard them.
Right.
But I don't know that they, if Burnett rounded them up and put them in a safe or destroyed them, he's the guy, right? He's the right-wing Trump supporter.
Yeah.
Who
I
would have ultimate access to it.
Sure, and owns the rights to them and all that stuff. But I would think at some point, like, he's not going to go through the library, right? He's going to go, we got Trump, I guess. Do you guys remember what dates it was, the 5 times he said the N-word? I need all those tapes. I would think someone in that library would go, fuck, I'm dubbing a copy of this motherfucker before I give it to him. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, it seems
somebody
likely.
would. But, to have this drumbeat pounding for 2 years or whatever, it's like, okay, put the fucking tape out then, or don't, whatever.
I know, man.
Holy shit. Are you worried about Chicago today, Jay? See the trial gets underway today?
No.
Opening statements. The death of Laquan McDonald. Remember
Sure,
that shooting?
Yeah.
Who was the officer? Jason Van Dyke.
I've never heard that officer's name.
Isn't
Jason
that
Van
weird?
Dyke.
I know Laquan McDonald. You hear all the time. I mean, thrown in with like Michael Brown and any other, young black male who was shot by a cop. But yeah, Officer Van Dyke. Dude. That was 4 years ago. Does that seem like that was 4 years ago? That happened? Although they sat on that tape for a year, too. Remember Rahm Emanuel getting all kinds of shit because it was an election year and didn't want that tape coming out to make the force look bad. But yeah, that the kid was shot 16 times, led to all kinds of upheaval in the police department and new training things and blah, blah, blah. Demonstrations in the streets went on forever, and murder charges for Van Dyke. And the trial is now underway. He kept shooting even after Laquan collapsed onto the street, and the sheer quantity of bullets are like, okay, dude, 16
Yeah.
shots. Do you want to see the video really quick? We watched it at the time. Do you think this is warranted? This behavior. I mean, I like to side with cops whenever possible. This is a tough one, man.
Yeah, I haven't seen this for years, but I remember initially seeing it going, oh, no.
He's got
can't do that.
He's got a 3-inch pocket knife. He appears to be walking away from the cops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of a weird time to shoot him.
Yeah.
Like,
And-
why not 20 seconds prior?
Well, that cop came screaming up on the scene like Officer Walters, and within 6 seconds just fucking unloaded his gun. And the other cops have been following this kid for blocks. He's got a knife. He apparently slashed one of the cops' tires, blew a tire out. And so they were following from a distance, and they called for backup. And they were really looking for someone with a taser, is what they wanted. Is there a cop out there? Because they didn't all have tasers. And so this guy, Officer Walters, pulls up and just hops out of his car.
I don't have a taser, but I got a gun. Bam, 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 bam.
Yeah, nobody else fired a gun. And, you know, when you see that kid laying on the ground 30 feet from anybody and you're still fucking shooting him, dude, you know, I don't know what, you know.
Lock him up. Lock him up.
Well,
lock him up.
They're saying, you know what the defense is. Same as it always is. I was scared for my life and the safety of others around me, which you get. So the public didn't get to see the video until November of 2015. It only came out after a judge ordered the release. And so, yeah, there's been tons of controversial shootings in Chicago. I don't think an officer in 50 years has been convicted of a crime like that. And so they're really worried. They wanted the trial moved out of that city. They don't think he can get a fair trial. And they're also worried that there's going to be riots in the fucking street, you know, if he's not found guilty, which there will be. Race is central to this case during jury selection. Both sides are accusing the other of, like, you're throwing out that guy because he's white.
Yeah.
Well, you're throwing that guy out because he's black. And it seems a little lopsided in the end. 12 residents were chosen. 6 appeared to be white, 3 Hispanic, 1 black, and 1 Asian. Just for good measure. Threw that in there.
Pretty diverse.
Doesn't seem a little weird in a city with, I think, 40%. In Cook County, almost a quarter of the people are black. That you would have 1 black person on the jury.
What's the jury pool look like? Are
Yeah.
minorities showing up? I don't know.
Yeah. The judge said neither was, doing that. There were strikes on white men, including one who had a pro-police bumper sticker on his car, and another who is trying to join the academy to become a Chicago police officer.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, dude, you can't. You're kicking him off because he's white. No, he's trying to be a Chicago cop. I don't think that's right. They used, what are they called? Peremptory strikes is what the legal term for throwing someone out. And so this one black guy they kicked out was a church elder and a black woman who's filling out her questionnaire while they inform her that, oh, yeah, your son's been shot.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So they're like, yeah, we don't want you here on the thing. So, yeah, his great uncle wants protests to be peaceful. They're concerned about riots and all that stuff. So he got to court at 7:45 this morning, bulletproof vested up, security all around him. And no one was there yet, but protesters showed up. And I wanted to read the chant that they're going with.
Okay, let's see how effective this is.
So what I mean, just on its face, what are you thinking? Black Lives Matter, no justice, no peace. Those are the telltale. I always have a problem with those. I think they're overplayed and overused. Here's what they went with. From the slave catchers and the KKK to the killer cops of today, convict Van Dyke and throw him in jail. The whole damn system is guilty as hell. Yeah. All right, from the top. You guys, let's do it.
What?
Okay, from slave owners to KK.
I should have printed this out
They
so I
messed
would
it
have
up.
had this in
Yeah.
front of me.
You guys got this. From the slave catchers and the KKK to the killer cops of today, convict Van Dyke and throw him in jail. The whole damn system
You
is
lost
guilty
me.
as hell.
Yeah.
Too much?
Nobody's remember.
A bit wordy?
Ah,
E?
Yeah, it's definitely.
You're good with whispers. How would you sum that one
Shit,
up?
I almost have to hear it. I already forgot what it's. I mean, basically, it's just black cops are bad. I guess I don't know,
All right,
dude.
Cops are bad. Cops are bad. Yeah, it's catchier than what they went with. I think they went too far. I think they could have gotten away with from the slave catchers and the KKK to the killer cops of today.
they've bitten off too much. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, you're right. Even
Beyond
if you
that,
ended it there, that actually wouldn't be that bad.
it's too much even there.
You think so?
Yeah.
Slave
Yeah,
catchers.
punchy message.
Yeah.
were they repeating? Did you see video of this, or is it just you read it in an article? Because I'd like to see that even go more than
Memo,
once
like,
in a chant.
The slave, KK
What
trying
about-
to catch up with each other?
Yeah,
What
like I'd like
what
to see that even one more. I mean, talk about say that 5 times
No
fast.
way. No
Say that
way.
twice.
What about slavery, KKK, killer cops of today?
Yeah.
I think that's catchier, at least it's easier to remember. And I think I'm not, I don't want to get on these people too hard, but shoehorning at its finest. I mean, dude, throw them in. You're rhyming jail with hell. Throw them in jail. The whole
Hail,
damn system
hail,
is guilty as hail.
Hail. You got to say hail, Mike.
Yeah, I guess. So, anyway, we'll see where that goes. And then over the weekend too, Jay, we had that terrible shooting. Shots fired. Not that one, but the girl who went to the wrong apartment. Black guy's there, and she
Yeah.
shoots him. Have you seen some of the stuff coming out now?
No, I didn't see anything today.
Over the weekend, they said, "Oh yeah, by the way, we found some pot in his apartment."
Well, okay.
Fucking kidding. And like, dude,
They're using that
really?
as a
You're
reason.
gonna try to smear this guy's fucking name? Are you kidding me? Like, what relevance to anything is that?
Nothing.
We found some weed in his. Oh, okay.
Yeah, well, she wasn't
good.
there to investigate weed.
Yeah, did
No,
he have?
she shouldn't have been there at all. It wasn't her apartment. Good Lord. So Allison Jean.
Who is saying that, thinking that
Botham
that's
Jean.
changing, like that's helping the narrative or helping anything? Like, you know what I mean? Like they're saying that like being serious, like. He did have some pot in there.
Well,
okay.
Let me tell you what kind of guy this is, just so
Yeah.
you know.
You mean the guy who was sitting in his own apartment
Yeah.
at night?
I know, and apparently has a sterling record. He's an accountant. Like, there's nothing there.
Hey, smoked a little weed,
Yeah,
Mike.
he likes a little weed now and then. Big deal. Maybe he's got
deserved
glaucoma.
to die. He deserved to die.
He was begging for it.
That's what you get when you smoke weed. I mean,
Just say no.
right.
Botham. What was what? He's got a weird name. Botham Jean. So yeah, that's troubling. They did this with Michael Brown, if you remember, and people were up in arms when they showed video of him strong arm robbing that convenience store.
Yeah.
And people were like, this is bullshit. They're just trying to smear his good
That was
name.
part of the story.
And that's what
That's why the
we
cops
felt.
were called.
Right. And it's like, dude, if that was 3 years prior, fine. You've got an argument.
Yeah.
15 minutes prior? No,
what-
you don't.
That's why the police came upon the scene.
Gross. And people were like, well, the cops didn't even know about the robbery at the time. It's like, yeah, well, Michael Brown knew about it. Michael
Right.
Brown knew. So which would, he doesn't want to be arrested. He doesn't know that the cops
He
didn't
knew the
know.
store owner knew.
Fuck yes. So anyway, Allison Jean, the mom of 26-year-old Botham Jean, said that her son's name is smeared by reports the police found 10.4 grams of weed in his apartment. She also wants to see tox reports for the off-duty officer, Amber Geiger.
We sure it's Jean and not Jean? Can we make his can we make him a little bit more dynamic? Botham Jean.
try. I mean,
Botham Jean.
How long did we work at Jean's Hardware? You know what I mean?
Do we know if it's Jean? His first name suggests it may be Jean. That's all I'm
Allison
saying.
Jean? Allison Jean sounds right, but maybe her son is Botham Jean.
Botham Jean.
Botham Jean. What kind of name is Botham, by the way? Is it Botham? Botham Jean. Maybe I've been saying his name wrong the whole fucking time.
Botham Jean.
Yeah, Botham Jean.
Hey, Mike Massey, thanks for joining us.
So the attorney for the family, Lee Merritt, said a police search warrant request that asked permission to search Jean's apartment for drugs showed that investigators were looking for info that would assassinate his character. On the night that he was killed, the police department were interested specifically in finding info that could help assassinate his character. That's what the 26 years on this earth, he lived his life without a blemish. It took being murdered by a police officer to suddenly become a criminal. So they found a grind or two. He liked his weed.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Don't you
not
have
that
one of those
much,
if
right?
you
What is it,
smoke?
10
Like-
ounces?
10.4 grams.
Like, the
Did
fact
I
that
say
he-
10 right, 10 grams, not 10
Yeah.
ounces. 10 grams.
Is
10
it-
ounces.
10 ounces would be quite a bit, wouldn't it?
I think
I
so.
don't care if he's got a fucking pound in there. To have my son smeared in such a way, I think, shows that there are people who are really nasty, who are really dirty, and are going to cover up for the devil. Amber Geiger. Oof. Oh, man. Yeah, we're all white devils. So she's been arrested for manslaughter. That is kind of shitty, though, man. Even if that's true, I don't care what they found in his apartment. Like you said, the cops were not there to investigate anything. She
Right.
just showed up there and...
Yeah, she killed somebody, and now they're searching for his apartment for
know.
shit. Like, I mean,
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, unless her story changes as to why she was there.
Yeah.
I don't see why the hell anything in his apartment is relevant.
Yeah.
Look at this. He looked at porn too. I mean, like,
Look at this. This guy was a normal guy.
Yeah. Yeah. He's one of us. Get him. Have you heard about this fucking Border Patrol agent serial killer?
Yes, I have.
Dude.
5 women at least.
Four, I think.
The fifth
five
got away.
The fifth got away, yeah. And was like running down the street half clothed and found a state trooper, which is how they found this guy. What the fuck happened to this dude that, like 3 weeks ago, all of a sudden, he snapped and lost his shit and is just murdering prostitutes?
Yeah.
Holy crap, man. Apparently he's admitted to it, too. So, Juan David Ortiz, 35, 10-year veteran of the, what is he, a Border Patrol agent, and like a boss, too.
So
I
are
think he's
people
a manager.
extrapolating from this that all ICE agents are like evil? Is that where this is going?
Probably.
Yeah.
If not, it should. I mean, this is all the evidence I need.
Abolish ICE.
He was arrested Saturday, charged with murder and the killings of 3 sex workers and 1 transgender sex worker. Oof. Ortiz fled troopers. He was found hiding in his truck at like 2 in the morning, hiding in there, and they find him in Laredo, Texas. Investigators have very strong evidence that he was the killer of 4. We do consider this to be a serial killer. The 5th woman is the one that escaped, and she claims that he was a married father of 2 who tore her blouse when she ran away from his vehicle. I guess she brought up, man, isn't that crazy? There's some killer on the loose killing prostitutes. And he was like, oh, shit.
Oh.
Pulled a gun out at a gas station, and she
Like
jumped
a
out.
movie or something.
I know, right? The first one killed was Melissa Ramirez, whose body was found September 4th. Ortiz picked her up on the 3rd, pulled the car over, got out to whiz. It happens. Got out to take a whiz, and then used a firearm to shoot her multiple times in the head and just left her there. The second was Claudine Laura, who was found alive but in critical. He pulled over. She got out of the truck, shot her multiple times in the head. And then we've got, on Friday, he picked up Erica Pena. That's the one that got away. He began to act weird. That's what she was talking about, blah, blah, blah. A third female victim is Jane Doe. Fucking Doe.
Back in the news. The
Yeah.
goddamn does.
Yeah. The
Boy, that
fourth,
prostitution is a dangerous business, isn't it?
yeah, it
Yeezus?
is. It's a rough
the
one.
reason it was the reason, not the morality of why I gave it up to, I think, almost 2 years ago. I mean, it was because I just realized that this game was going to be have a bad ending at some point. And that's for me. I'm not even the person, it could be a lot worse for them.
You're saying you're not the lot lizard.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're the Jean.
John.
Yeah.
No, I did start to more and more think about, oh my God,
That
do these
zit is bothering
people.
me. Have you noticed that?
What's up?
Right above his lip.
Is what?
That zit above his lip.
I can't see it.
Or
Right there.
shit, I didn't even
See
notice
it?
it until just now.
You can't see it?
No, I can't.
Probably in the
What?
It's in the thing here.
mustache?
Yeah. I didn't even notice it until you just said it, dude. I haven't even.
Okay. It was just creeping me out. That's all. I'm sorry. You need to stop your thought. Go ahead.
All right, nothing. Jay's right. It's a dangerous situation. It's
Is
really
it
looking-
dangerous for you, though? I mean,
Yeah, of
it's
course
not
it is. Are you
supposed to
fucking
be.
kidding
I mean,
me?
you pick a whore up, they don't run around killing you. I mean, they might rob
What are you
if you're done.
talking about, dude? The idea that it couldn't be dangerous for both. I mean, dude.
I think it's way more dangerous for
Well,
her.
of course it is, but the point is, it's not on both ends. It's really a
I think
sad
you've checked
situation
out of the
in
game
reality.
too soon. I think you should get back in the game. It's not as dangerous for you as you think.
What?
Just keep your wallet in the
What are you
car.
talking? Okay.
The fourth was the transgender woman. They're calling her John Doe. So is that respectful?
It should be being dough.
Yeah. So I guess they're saying, yeah, you're a chick, but really a dude? Transgender woman? I don't know.
Speaking of sausages, how long have you been with your grill friend? Kowalski Sausages knows that when you find the right grill, you never need a reservation. She's a perfect +1, there for you in good weather and the bad, grilling up some delicious Kowalski sausages, hot dogs, and kielbasa's until rust do you part.
Mentioned Vontae Davis yesterday.
Yeah, the guy who retired halfway through the game for the Bills.
Is
I
that
do
the
want to know more about
craziest
this
story?
now. You mentioned it, and it was like, I don't know. I just was kind of tired to the point where I didn't fully engage it, but I was like, what the fuck, dude? This
Was he
dude just.
getting lit up? Was he hurt? What?
No, he's been in the league 10 years, Pro Bowler twice, just signed a 1-year deal with the Bills this year, and this was his first game with them. And at halftime, was just like, see ya, I'm out.
Just lost the eye of the tiger? What was it?
He put out a statement on Twitter. This isn't how I pictured retiring from the NFL. But in my 10th NFL season, I've been doing what my body has been programmed to do. Get ready to play on game day. I've endured multiple surgeries, played through many different injuries throughout my career, and over the last few weeks, this was the latest physical challenge. But today on the field, reality hit me hard and fast. I shouldn't be out here anymore. I meant no disrespect to my teammates and coaches, but I hold myself to a standard. Mentally, I always expect myself to play at a high level, but physically, I know today that isn't possible, and I had an honest moment with myself while I was on the field. I just didn't feel right, and I told the coaches, I'm not feeling like myself. I also wondered, do I want to keep sacrificing? And truthfully, I did not, because the season's long, and it's more important for me and my family to walk away healthy than to willfully embrace the warrior mentality and limp away too late.
Is this even a story if he does this after the game?
No.
You know?
No, it's just the nature of going into the locker room at halftime and then retiring.
Yeah. So why couldn't he have postured this such that, hey, coaches, got, still something going on in my hammy or something.
Hip pointer.
Yeah. Worried about my Achilles at this point. Overly worried.
Yeah, maybe he wanted to make news. I mean, he had to know. This is like, dude, if you retire at halftime in the middle of a game, that's going to be a story, right?
Yeah.
Do you like his statement?
I mean, I like the notion that he's not just there to steal money. He realizes his body can't do it anymore. But again, finish the game, man, or at least finish it on the sideline and announce it after. It's kind of weird.
Corners are hard to come by, too. Getting a good, solid corner, I mean, that's brutal. Tough loss. Tough loss.
I have to say, I share a similarity with him, not in a game, but me and this, was it Vontae Davis, you said?
Yeah.
I quit track
in the
middle of practice. One time when I had done track my freshman sophomore year.
Just listening to your body, right?
Yeah, exactly. I know I'd done
That's
track.
what pro period runners do, Jay.
I liked cross country. I fucking loved cross country, but I'd done track my freshman sophomore year. I was in my junior year, and I fucking hated it. This coach was making us run more than I wanted to do. I didn't like track, and in the middle of a workout, I just told Chubbs, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I went up, packed my shit, and I fucking left, and I joined tennis the next day. I was done.
How come we've never heard this?
I don't know. I think it just wasn't under.
Did they try to beg you back onto the team?
I actually did have no, not trying to beg me by any means, but I did have being a junior, and the kids didn't really give a shit about the track, but they did care about cross country, which was more important at our school. So I did have a few of the track guys get pretty mad at me and try to keep hassling me about how, dude, you need to keep yourself in shape because cross country season matters and blah blah blah. And we were halfway through a workout and we were doing these shit ton of workouts on the track, and I was just like, I'm fucking done with this.
Is it possible to distinguish these two situations? I'm just grabbing for something here between Vontae Davis and
no, I just wanted
Is it possible to distinguish the fact that you were being a total pussy and you didn't want to work, whereas Vontae's like, my body doesn't have it anymore?
Yeah.
I mean, this is dangerous shit. I'm
saying we both
out
quit.
here in the middle of a freeway with guys just coming at me, and I can't safely do
I'm
this.
just saying that we both quit teams in the middle of a kind of a workout.
And that's where it ends.
Right. Nonetheless. And I always remember this, by the way. I did that. I didn't say that. I didn't even say to Chubbs. Even for me not to say to Chubbs, dude, I'm done. I just said I'm going to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Went out, drove home, and I bought a lottery ticket on the way home, and I won $5. And I saw it as a sign. I saw it as a sign.
Yeah.
And then I joined the tennis team and became a varsity tennis player
What
that
did
year.
Chubb say the next time he saw you?
I don't remember looking back on it, but I remember having this coach.
Dude, you're going to tennis practice now? What the heck?
Well, then
His
Chubbs.
headband on and his short shorts.
Well, then later on, by the way, into my senior year, Chubbs decided to quit track because he hated it. He joined tennis, and he basically took my spot on the tennis team. But I remember I did have this one coach. This one coach who was like the shot put coach / football coach kind of thing, where he was a football
guy.
Yeah. And every time he saw me for the next year and a half after that, if I had my varsity
Hey,
jacket,
Fady.
yeah, he'd be like, "You should have a X on your jersey for all the sports you quit." I was like, it was one. I quit one sport, and I never had a track varsity letter anyway. My varsity letter was in cross country and tennis. But
that's hilarious, dude.
Nice
That's
work,
funny.
Jesus.
Good job.
Thank you.
I guess I don't have a problem really with Vontae Davis. I mean, if that hits you, if that's truthful, you're right. You're in a freeway with those. That is no bullshit. Those guys are coming fast and hard, and if you're like,
what's going to be worse if you're trying to half-ass it? I mean, he could have done what Jay said. I'm like, hey, coach, dude, you know what?
Yeah.
Whatever. Let the coach think you're a pussy. You know you're going to leave anyway. I got a stinger. I can't play the rest of the game. But if
you don't think you can cover a guy out there, you're on an
Yeah.
island as a cornerback a lot of times, and
Yeah.
you're not helping the team if you know you can't do the job.
You're right though. Why wouldn't you go, dude? I gotta something.
Get through the
It
game,
just doesn't
right?
feel right. My back. I'm
want
gonna
the
stay in the
attention?
locker room. But to go to announce like, yeah, I'm out, I'm done, and then fucking leave. I mean,
It's a little
wonder how
distracting at halftime, I would think. Like,
yeah.
dude, Vontae just retired. Wait, what?
what?
He's done.
We're halfway
You mean
through
like
the game.
right now he's done?
Yeah,
That's
he's-
over? He's not
he's
playing
showering.
anymore?
Yeah.
That's the thing. That's a good. Like, I want to know, did he say it and just leave? I mean, because did he actually
Excuse me,
pack
gentlemen.
his stuff?
Excuse me. I
Fucking
got an
have your
announcement to
attention.
make.
Well, but did he pack up his
I would like to
stuff?
introduce
I
the new
mean,
starting cornerback. Just points to some kid that's like fucking rookie, you know.
know, but
I
did
don't know.
he say this? And then
It
he,
does
like-
seem like you're seeking attention somehow.
Yeah.
You know, maybe it's trying to parlay it into a fucking, you know, a booth gig somewhere. Like, that crazy Vontae. Remember?
Who knows?
He's the guy that retired mid-game.
Who knows?
Yeah. Well, he didn't fake an injury, but a lot of people do. In fact, people are known to fake Down syndrome from time to time.
The Slow Donnie situation. A
Dude.
real life Slow Donnie.
How do you fake Downs? Like, of all, you know what I mean? I don't, like,
You got to
There-
have the heavy eyes to start with.
there are characteristics of Down syndrome. You know what I mean? That it seems like of all things that you could say I have that I
Yeah.
need help with, that would be one
you
that
just-
people would second guess, wouldn't you?
Wouldn't you purport to be autistic in some way? Wouldn't
Right,
that be the
right.
story?
Just say
Because
some-
autism is such a range,
Yeah.
such a
Yeah.
spectrum.
Mm-hmm.
You can be anywhere on this spectrum, and you can just, act like you're a bit off. But Downs, yeah, you got to really sell that, I think,
Yeah,
physically and
yeah. A real life Slow Donnie. That's
Damn it.
guy in Arizona, and he's been charged with sex abuse, multiple counts of sex abuse and fraudulent schemes. Ooh, what a charge! Fraudulent schemes. After he allegedly faked having Down syndrome and hired female caregivers to bathe him and change his diapers.
Dude, I feel really bad. This is so.
what a racket.
It's kind of hilarious, though, dude. This guy doesn't have to shit his diapers, but he does, so these chicks have to change him.
This is, in a way, very off the subject, but when you bring this up, all I can
You've
think.
done this?
No, but all I can think back to is when I was in. I referenced this on the show, but I don't think I said it as harsh as it was because I was almost worried about Jerry. But, like, when I was in that one area where I said, like, the guy just got, like, a hand job. Like, I don't know if you remember this. It was, like,
Gay Pride Day.
Post-Gay Pride Day parade.
Yeah.
We're in this little extra kind of area, and a dude went into the porta potty, and another dude just walked up, took his pants off, and the guy gave him a hand job.
Yeah, hell
And that's
yeah.
kind of what he looked like. It looked like it was a Down syndrome kind of guy who just like, yeah, this will feel good, you know. And
He was doing the handy, or he was
He was
getting?
he was
getting
giving
it?
the handy.
He was giving. Yeah,
Of course. He
I know, and I
Did you
feel.
even need
Just wanted to make sure.
I was in the middle of asking him that same question. I was like, do we really need to
But when you
ask?
said this, that's the first thought I had. It was just sitting here by this
Yeah.
porta potty, and this dude
You know
just
it's
walked.
it's poured up potty, right?
porta
Porta-
potty.
porta.
Oh,
It's
portable potty.
Port
Yeah.
dash a dash
Sure,
potty.
shit.
potty.
I always say you're right. I say porta potty.
Yeah,
Fuck.
porta-
I
there you go.
say a lot of words wrong.
Yeah, kind of.
But no, but I just instantly when you said that, honestly, I thought about
Yeah,
that
that's
moment of this
brutal.
dude just because in a way, I honestly, seriously, probably just a sick dude, and getting your dick stroked is so fun, and it does feel good.
Was the man paid?
No,
Did you watch the whole thing?
The entire transaction.
I remember thinking
Beginning
that
to end.
I remember thinking that either it was just for this gentleman getting his dick
This
stroked,
gentleman.
it was just good enough to have it touched at all.
Sure.
Because it didn't last very long, so I didn't. Or he had gotten it going as much as
So
he
you
could.
saw the finish?
I don't know. It just didn't last very long. I just remember his pants down, the hand coming out, and kind of just.
Dude, what a scene. What a fucking scene to come upon.
It was a situation.
So Paul Menchaca is the 31-year-old. Police suspect there could be more women involved. 3 have come forward and said, of course, every single time they bathed him and changed his diapers,
Aroused.
rock, guy would just get a fucking rager of a hard-on. And he hired the women using an online service where he posted as his mother. He posed as his mom.
Yeah.
Yeah,
My son,
has
needs
Down
care.
syndrome.
Yeah.
He's 31 and needs his diapers changed.
Yeah.
And so
Front door will be unlocked. Just come in and.
he sought help from one caregiver over 30 times. So 30 times she had to deal with this fucking dude's hard-on and his shit-filled diaper, and it was all fake. Like, part of this is on her, though. Like, he looks slow, yes. Downsy?
I don't know. Maybe he's a
No.
good actor.
What do you say every time Down syndrome is mentioned on this show?
Yeah.
I feel like I've seen that guy before. I feel like I've seen that guy
He's got
before.
heavyish eyes. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. So he
Yeah, but not. I mean, I just like, right, this is him.
He definitely looks like he can pull off an
He just
an
looks like a dude
ailment.
that's tired, though, to me. Like a dude that's maybe been up doing drugs or
He
drinking.
looks slow. for sure he can fake slow.
Doesn't look fast.
No.
Definitely
No.
doesn't look fast. He looks moderate to slow.
That guy's wearing some camo.
Jay, you've dealt with shit-filled diapers from boys, and weren't you saying that it gets all up in their back and their bag?
Depends on how they're sitting.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, they can shoot it right up their back.
Yeah. This dude was like, every time this chick was cleaning him up, he was like, dick and balls are not clean enough yet. She'd make him get back in there and keep going.
Would he release?
right.
I mean,
I don't know. It doesn't say, but he just insisted in their presence that my dick and balls are not clean enough. Get in there more. He was
So there you are trying to clean a cauliflower. You know?
right. Yeah, exactly. He acted childish, very childish, in her presence. The caregivers became suspicious, and one caregiver visited his home, and the parents answered the door, and they're like, he's fully capable of taking care of himself. He doesn't have Down syndrome either.
Syndrome? Are you kidding
What
me?
are you talking
Yeah.
about? Imagine the nurse hearing that, like,
Oh, how that must feel.
at that point, don't you just go, son of a bitch got me. God damn it. Yeah, I shouldn't have done that 30 times. I was thinking
You'd
something
definitely
was off.
report him, right? You would. You'd
Yeah.
report that.
Yeah.
I wonder if he was truly inspired by the character Slow Donnie. Of course, that's the guy on Just Shoot Me, the old sitcom.
Yeah.
The guy played by David Cross, where what did he do? He fell out of a tree when he was
Yeah.
like 8.
Yeah,
And he immediately made the call, I'm going to act like I have a head injury. And he did it for the rest of his life.
Dude, that is
brilliant.
so funny. Did you mention Norm Macdonald's new show?
Yeah.
Did you see the one with David Spade?
I watched David Spade and I watched a little bit of Drew Barrymore.
Yeah, I watched both of those. And that show was mentioned.
Yeah, it
Slow
was.
Donnie, one of his sidekick. What is the point of that fucking sidekick, by the way, on Norm Macdonald's
No
show?
idea.
I mean,
I think it's just
honestly.
Norm being Norm. He's on. That guy's on. Norm has like a podcast that he does. That's also you can watch it, but I think you have to pay to watch
Eric
it.
Egan or
Yeah, like it's just kind of his guy. I don't know because I don't watch or listen enough to the other thing. But the
Yeah.
other thing that he's had before.
Yeah.
So it must just be in his mind.
What'd you guys think of the show?
It's different. I'll give you that.
I love Norm Macdonald
I know.
so much. And I couldn't decide yet. I'm probably still going to watch them all because I still want to just know if I like. I don't know.
It's not enough Norm Macdonald. It's too much of his guest,
Well,
honestly.
Letterman.
Like I'm watching this, I'm like, okay, Drew Barrymore. I don't like Drew Barrymore, and I turned that off after 10 minutes.
Yeah,
I actually liked hers better than I liked David Spade's. But that's just
Yeah,
me.
I kind of like David Spade, and David Spade's got some great stories. He really does. But yeah, I'm watching it, and I think it's Letterman produces it, and Letterman when he was telling Norm like, don't. He's like, you're not an interviewer. Like, being a good interviewer is listening. You don't listen, so just talk. Just don't stop talking. Is what kind of Letterman told him to do.
Well,
And
he
so-
doesn't do that, in my opinion. I felt like Norm doesn't talk enough.
But he cuts off stories mid-story. People are just like, "Oh, okay."
That's
I
true.
guess
That's true, yeah.
I guess we're going to another subject.
But you know,
now.
you hear David Spade say like, and it doesn't shock me at all. Again, being such a fan of his comedy and watching him, you hear David Spade talk about like why they haven't seen each other at the the cat or the comedy room or wherever it is, and he's like, he goes, because if you talk to Norm, he goes, there's always this thing. Are you texting me from your cell phone? What's a cell phone? And it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, I could see Norm fucking doing that. I could see Norm going for 20 minutes every time you talk to him, like. Oh, are you wearing a hat? Or I don't know, just how because he's kind of dumb like that. But
Yeah, he's weird. I kind of like that it's not. It's just boom. These guys just walk onto this like open set,
Yeah.
and then they just start talking. It's kind of a.
It's sort of like a podcast, honestly. Just,
Yeah.
Free flow.
I did find it funny when he's like, oh, "We got to go to a break." When he went to break on David Spade mid-story, and Spade is trying to figure out, "Are you fucking with me
Yeah.
right
Are we
now?"
really on a break right now? Or
he
are we
clearly
just-
did not explain whether they were or
I
weren't.
know.
Because in the other, and you didn't make it to this one, Jay, but in the Drew Barrymore one, they do go to a break, but it's. I mean, it's
It just says
10
the Norm
seconds, maybe.
Macdonald
Yeah,
show.
yeah.
I mean, they just flash a graphic of the Norm, and
And
you can hear the people still talking underneath
Yeah.
it.
strangely produced.
Yeah, it is. I don't know. I'll keep watching it. I think his new stand-up special is really good too. Have you seen that yet? E?
oh yeah, I
Have you
watch
seen
it
that,
every
Jay?
time he ever brings anything out.
No, I saw one from 2017 recently, but does he have a newer one?
I thought it was.
It's the one with Germany going to war against the world. That's the last one I saw.
Oh, I thought there was a new one that dropped in time for this, but I don't know. I can never tell with Netflix. Fucking anything is new anymore. Chesterfield man, charged with indecent exposure. Who are these people?
Sex is so
Well,
important.
dude, you go back to the
Fuck.
last
So
guy. You know, when you,
important.
I haven't.
It's just incredible.
I haven't heard this one
guy's
yet.
willing to shit his diaper and fake Down syndrome to get hard around women.
What is that guy? I know I say it every time, but what is that guy doing on a normal day-to-day basis? What is he really doing? Does he have a job? And if he has a job, he's thinking all day.
Yeah, it's all
about,
surrounding this.
Like even the
It's all
guys.
setting this up.
Here's
Yeah.
the thing: even the guys that go to the San Francisco Jacks with Jerry, like if they really just go twice a month, and it's like, and then on the rest of their life, you know, they just try to have normal kind of sex. That's kind of like one thing because there's like it's set up in this group of
Yeah.
people that's doing it, and it's technically legal, by the way. Like it's got you sign a paper, you know what you're doing there. But when it's like these people, it has to be your whole fucking life. You have to always be this guy in the diaper has to worry all the time. Is
Yeah.
someone gonna question my Down syndrome? I have to get hard every time. I have to make sure I'm ready. Like
Well,
so much effort, man. Just
I
watch
know.
some porn, jerk off, and then go do whatever.
Crazy.
it's gotta
Get
be
on
the
with your day.
power.
I jerk off a lot, and I wish I had more sex than I do. But dude, I
I
swear to God, I
suspect
could never.
these guys are pretty far down the line
Okay,
in terms
yeah.
of their, jack off history.
Gotcha.
Well,
And they probably don't get hard to normal shit or shit that you and I
Yeah.
would consider normal and such that they're on to the next thing, right?
but I must be very lucky, man, because I know you're right that it could keep going. But I'm 34. I just don't. I mean, and I still get, even though
Yeah,
I jerk
just
off a lot, I
big
still
black cock gets you going,
right.
right?
Just exactly, just normal penetration, maybe some cosplay, maybe some little. Things here and there, but
Cosplay.
but I'm saying, but I still don't. I'm like, I could still just watch a girl giving a blowjob and jerk off. I could jerk off to that. I don't
Yeah,
need
yeah.
it to be
Well,
like.
what if that didn't work anymore one day?
Yeah,
What
then
if
what?
one day you
maybe
can't
this
get
guy's
rocked?
that guy. He's gone down the line.
I think that I would
He's
just
watched
be.
every.
I really think that I would
blowjob
just be
video
like, oh,
online.
well.
He's usurped.
No,
all
you
of them.
wouldn't. You would start a quest to find what it is that gets you hard.
Yeah.
Well, let's
And if
hope
you
that
run
doesn't
into the
happen,
diaper
Mike.
thing and you're like pooping and you're like, whoa, wait, I'm getting
rock.
hard.
That's
Yeah.
your new thing now.
Yeah.
Well, I really hope that doesn't happen.
Sean Bobcean, Bobcean of Chesterfield, probably a listener of ours. He's been arraigned on 2 counts of aggravated indecent exposure. He, September 8th, a woman told the police a silver Chevy Lumina was following her while jogging. Well, that's her first mistake. That's just a dangerous sport. What are you
Jogging,
doing,
yeah.
ladies? What are you doing?
Hopefully she had a tiger lady claw with her.
She reportedly approached the man in the car and saw him fucking going to town on himself. Another woman on the same day said a man fitting the same description, same car, license plate, and everything, pulled up next to her while she, of course, was jogging, the most dangerous sport on the planet. He reportedly lifted his hips just so she could look at my dick.
Sure. That's the exciting part, right?
Oh
Because maybe she'll get so excited herself that she'll come over and
Is that
finish
the
it
I
off.
wonder if they don't even think
I
that.
don't
Honestly,
know.
I'm starting to think that they don't necessarily think
some
that.
of them like the shock, probably.
They just like the
The
idea.
horrific look on her face.
Jeans
you're
are
at
getting
the
tight.
point-
They see us. They see this happening. They know I have a hard on.
Yeah, it probably varies between creeps,
But if you're in your like, think about it. If that guy's listening to us right now, sir, look at yourself. See where it's gotten to. Get
Use this as
ahead
a
of
teachable moment.
Dude, if you're in a shit car, jacking off, following female joggers, and then when one of them goes, "Can I help you, sir?" You lift up your hips, like, yeah, get a good look at it. Look at my dick. Look at my dick. Like, dude, what is your end game? And it's maybe there's probably a small percentage because I don't think it's about like, oh yeah, it's gonna be like an '80s porn where the pool boy's here,
Yeah.
where she's gonna hop in the car, and be like, oh, I've been dying for one of those. I don't think it's that. I think it's the like terrifying nature of it.
That could be, yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think it varies creep to creep, but this is all alleged, of course, with Mr. whoever
Bob
it is.
Scene,
Yeah.
Bob Cian,
Yeah.
whatever his name is, Sean. We'll just call him Sean.
Innocent until proven guilty.
Sure, it's all alleged, but I'd love to. If there's a creep out there, I'm sure there is that's done this. Like, yeah, dude, back in my day, I used to pull my dick out and show chicks when I was driving by.
Right.
Like, I would love to know from one of those people, like, you can do it anonymously.
Is
like,
it the
what-
look of horror?
Is it the yeah? Do you
Is
want
it
to
the-
freak someone out?
Yeah.
Are you mad at women because you couldn't score in high school, so you're gonna fucking scare the shit out of them? Is it the only way you can come? Is like having that horror look on their face? You drive away and then jack off, and now you can come? Like,
Yeah.
I'd love to know what it is that you're risking so much being outed. That dude. Oh, if I ever get outed for look at my dick to a chick, dude, it's over.
Yeah.
It's over.
It's pretty embarrassing. Hey, Zott Ford, they're conducting their amazing Key for Key event. Exchange your current vehicle for a brand new 18 or 19 Ford without spending a dime out of pocket. Plus, their goal is to match or lower your monthly payment. Zott Ford will assist you in terminating the remainder of your loan or lease, no matter what you owe. So give them the keys to your vehicle. They will give you the keys to a brand new Ford. Plus, Zott Ford will make your first month's payment no hassles, no gimmicks, no pressure, only from our friends at dealsinthed.com.
Did you hear about Linda Michael and Gregory Wilson over the weekend? They're well, I guess she's the mom and he's the stepdad of this 5-year-old. They're from Minnesota. I don't know what part of Minnesota, but they're accused of abandoning a 5-year-old boy in the woods as punishment because he wet himself.
Yes.
Is that fair punishment or not fair punishment?
No.
No.
It's not.
Okay. They've been charged with child neglect. The boy was found walking along a highway. He was crying and soaked from the rain. It was raining out.
And the urine.
Yeah, the urine didn't help. That did not help. I don't know if it was like he wet himself last night. Now,
okay.
Once he got cleaned up, it was like, now out into the woods for you, sir. I don't know.
Okay.
If it was like Dad went, did you fucking piss your pants, sir? You're 5.
How old? Oh, 5.
In the
years old.
car.
God, man.
Yeah. A man who was, he told police he was dropped off by his mom and dad because I was naughty. There was another man in the car. I don't know who he is or why he's in the car with this couple and their child. And he was apparently trying to talk them out of ditching the kids. Well, then get out of the car with him.
Yeah.
If the child goes, urine-soaked pants and all, I'm going with him. You're
This
not
kid is going to
dumping
be
this kid.
terrified the rest of his life to tell anybody he's done something wrong.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it will affect people. It's those weird things that people don't think about. Like, I guess
There's
how
all
that.
sorts of rules, I guess,
Right.
with bedwetting and all that shit. Like, you can
Yeah.
really fuck a kid up, right? If you, was that an issue? That was an issue.
Yeah,
right?
it was. I mean,
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
He's
talked
got
about
some
this on this
experience,
show
yeah.
before.
I think he just recently stopped wetting the bed.
No, but I did have a problem. Yeah.
Till what age?
Like, I think it was like 7 or 8. I don't know. I'd have to ask what
Second
they-
grade, huh?
I'd have to
First
ask-
or second
I'd have to
grade?
ask what year it was until. But I will I'll repeat it. But I've said it on the story before. What happened was I was having a issue wetting the bed. I had those plastic sheets even and
you were
shit.
that
And,
kid?
and what do
Wow.
you remember? Were you just drinking too much before bed, or
used
were
to-
you nervous?
I
What was it?
I don't know, but I do remember them. I don't like milk anymore at all, but I used to like it as a kid. And I think that I remember one time a doctor
You're not
saying
going to blame milk for this, are you?
No, no,
You
no.
with a warm, sippy cup of milk.
maybe, yeah.
Second grader sitting there.
I'll say this. I remember, again, I've said this, but I'll repeat it. Like I've said, what ended up fixing it was this: the doctor enough that they went and talked to someone about it,
Yeah.
and they offered the reward points, if you remember. And I was given a star every night I
gold
didn't
star.
wet myself.
Did that make you feel good? Getting
And
the
then, well,
star?
then after a month, I was given a
You accrued
reward.
stars.
And then after whatever the period was, I was gonna rewarded something, and it turned out to be my dad put a basketball net in our basement, and we shot baskets in the basement, and
Yeah,
that was
so
the
you
reward.
broke
And
the
I guess
rim,
I
right?
broke it.
It sounds like we need to reinstate the gold star
I
thing
know.
for E.
Very Pavlovian.
Yeah. You still into gold stars, E? Still a motivating
No, there's got to be a
factor?
reward at the end.
Every
though.
time you don't misspell a word when you tweet,
Wow.
we'll give you a gold
Well,
star.
I can't do that. There'd have to be a reward at the end, though. 'Cause there wasn't just gold stars for gold
do you
stars.
remember? Do you have like memories of like? Because that's horrible when you wake up and it's like,
Yeah.
did I fucking wet the bed?
Well,
Holy sh-
I
do you
was-
remember that going? Oh man, I'm not getting a gold star today.
Yeah, well, as I kind of said before, I went through life with like at one point like I went through like periods where I had only one friend for like a certain amount of years. Then that friend went away, and so my first friend ever was this kid named Danny, and he lived kind of by us, and we were very close. Like he went on stuff with our family all the time, but he would stay over our house all the time. But I would once in a while he would finally just force me. I never wanted to go to his house because I was always terrified of this aspect.
Oh, man.
And dude, his mom one time got so mad. Like I
You peed
did
the bed there.
Yes, I peed the bed
Oh,
there,
ee.
and his mom was. I just remember being pissed at me, and I was like so nervous. I woke up and I was just like, oh my god, what am I gonna do? What am I
Yeah.
gonna do? Because
Yeah.
this mom, she was fine, but
Why didn't you grab the sheets and burn them?
I don't know, but his mom, I remember that his mom was like his dad was very cool, and his mom was cool, but she would fly off
Sounds
the
like
handle
it.
very fast.
Yeah.
She got mad at me. I remember her always being mad at me that I was a picky eater. I didn't like the food that she would make, and she would always like, but she would like yell at me. I mean, I'm talking like I'm a first grader, like kindergartner /
Yeah.
first grade kid, and she would be like, "You never like anything I eat," and so I just stopped wanting to go over there.
Do you think she was overly aggressive about you wetting the bed because of the stance you
Certainly
took
could
about her
have
cooking?
been. Certainly could have been.
Do you think it
But
was
I
more-
do remember. I absolutely remember. I had a sleepover for his birthday at his house one year, and that was like all I could think about all night was.
You got to
please
stay up
do-
all night. You got to pull an all-nighter. E.
I know. I don't
then
remember.
you peed it.
I don't remember if I did or not that night,
Okay.
but I did at
You
his
would
house.
remember if you pissed during a sleepover.
Yeah.
Oh, ee.
Wow. Anyway, this kid did that too, but he wasn't shamed like that. It was worse. What the parents are saying, and see if you are buying their bullshit, Jay. They were like, "Yeah, we dropped him off. We went down the street. We were turned around, and then we couldn't find him." That's all.
You're just going to leave him for 2 seconds.
Yeah, just scare the shit out of him.
Yeah.
You know, maybe we can scare him enough to piss his pants or something, or I don't know. But you know, this
Did
other
they
motorist.
report him after they couldn't find him?
Well, no,
No?
They hadn't gotten that far.
Went
yet.
home, huh?
Yeah, kind of went home.
Get him later.
Yeah. So anyway, they turned around after a short distance, but couldn't find him. They had not called to report him missing. Officers did find multiple, which is weird, black and blue and red bruises on his back, buttocks, and hips. And Wilson,
kid.
I know, Gregory Wilson, the stepdad, would regularly spank the boy with an open hand. God, that poor kid's already fucked, isn't he?
Yes, that's
already
what I'm
fucked.
saying. It's like it's so
Yeah,
something that I don't think about. Unfortunately, it's like it sucks, and it's like you can't. I'm sure he can go to some therapy. I'm sure he can do some things to help, but I mean, he will have issues
Like
his whole
breaking a
life.
human by the time they're 5.
I reckon.
Nice
I reckon
job.
that'd be tough to get over. You're left in the woods by your parents.
Yeah.
I mean, you're 5, dude.
Like I said, like,
That's-
like yeah, like the
that's
little.
young.
maybe kindergarten, maybe.
Yeah. First grade is 6. So yeah,
Imagine how
kindergarten.
terrified you'd be.
He'll never want to admit like that, and like that's
And
what I'm
it's
saying.
pouring rain out, and you've wet yourself already. Like, dude,
Assholes.
that is a nightmare. Why don't you do it at 2 a.m? See if we can't get the dark involved. You know, make this a little worse and scarring for him. Good Lord. Let's take a quick break, and I'm going to run this by you when we come back, Jay, about this Good Samaritan. You all think we're Good Samaritans.
Uh-huh.
I've got what is it, a Hobson's choice?
Yeah.
If you find something, do you give it back to its rightful owner?
Okay.
So we'll get to that next.
The Detroit Cast continues after this short break. The Detroit Cast continues now, bitches. Here are Mike and Jay.
All right, welcome back to the show. Mike and Jay. I mentioned just before the break, Jay, about choice. I want you to think it through, because I know your natural response is going to be
Oh, give it back.
do the right thing, you know?
Right.
E, I need you to pay attention, too. Because
This is a tough one,
Okay, never mind. I definitely give things back, dude. And the reasoning is,
I know. I just wanted
okay.
you to pay attention.
Okay.
You know, sometimes you can, oh, look, a bird, and then be gone. And I didn't.
Gotcha.
So, a Good Samaritan teen in California restored a little bit of faith in humanity. You don't usually hear about stuff like this. This is why it's newsworthy. He finds a purse on the road, 10 grand in $100 bills inside. He's 16 years old. His name's Rami Zini. And he told the police he was driving home from school last week when he noticed a black handbag in the middle of the street. So he's a junior in high school. He decided to consult his parents about this before deciding to return the lost item to the police. To me, I figured this is the right thing to do if I take it and find whoever's purse it was, because if the roles were reversed and I had lost something with a significant sum of money inside, I know I would want it back for sure.
Yeah.
So deputies did find the rightful owner, who said she had likely left it on the roof of her car before driving away to go on a hike. This has happened to E before with his wallet.
Wow.
Yeah.
10 grand worth.
Yeah, in $100 bills.
Have they investigated this woman further?
I know. They do say authorities did not indicate why the woman was carrying such a large sum of cash around with her. I was like, drugs, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's why you would carry 10 G's around with you. That's my guess.
Yeah, this actually
Not
it's
saying
funny.
this for sure,
There
but-
could be a situation in a way. I don't know if this is where you're going, but maybe the person wouldn't want it reported almost because it's like, fuck, I don't want the cops coming to my house and now they're asking why you have $10,000 in cash. Like I don't know how
she
they
could
look
be
into
a bar owner and just
right. So
was
I don't know.
taking
I don't know how
the
that
days count to the
Right.
bank. You know,
But I'm
who
saying, but if you
knows?
if you had them for,
I know.
if you had money for nefarious reasons, even though you wouldn't want it
But
lost.
if the cops knocked on the door and said, "Yeah, is this yours?" You go, "Oh fuck, yeah, I must have dropped that off the roof of the car. Thank you." And they go, "Why do you have 10 grand?" Go fuck yourself. That's why. What do you mean why?
I
Does
was just
work?
saying.
I mean, that's what I would say. Maybe not so harshly, but do you guys think at 16, turning?
Boy, I could not have done that at 16. No.
I mean, think about it, Jay. 16. We were 10 grand.
Yeah,
in cash.
I
to a
could not have
16-year-old
done that at 16. No way.
Is you're set for life. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
you're move out ready at this point.
Never have to work again. Jeans Hardware done.
Yeah.
I'm turning in my blue vest and my
Jean's
X-Acto
Hardware.
knife.
Jean's Hardware, but
Sorry.
yeah. 10 G's, dude. E.
Yeah, he's right. That'd be.
I wouldn't. At
Probably
16,
not.
I'd keep it. Yes.
Probably.
Knowing
or
my 16-year-old
somehow I
self
try.
for sure.
Somehow I try to at least
Oh,
justify taking like definitely some of it and saying,
Oh,
well, what's she gonna
crazy.
do? She gonna say no? Because she can't. Yeah, if she says, well, there was 10,000 there, how come there's only 9,000? Well, I don't know. This is how I found it. So
Yeah.
like I could.
I think you guys are both full of shit, and I think the guilt would eat both you alive. I know both of you well. I think the guilt would eat you away. eat
No,
away
not
you.
at 16.
Not at
No.
16, you don't think?
I was an awful person, yeah.
Yeah, you're still an awful
Well,
person.
especially
for the record.
no
but-
offense for you, Jay, but even back then with no social media and all that stuff, it would be easier to even like to hide it that you had it, hide that. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like whereas in now, all of
I'm
a
being
sudden,
totally. I would have kept that at 16. There's no question about it.
How soon would you start spending it? And would you
Like,
write IOUs?
What time
just
did
in
I
case you
find
got
it?
caught?
What time did I find it?
3 o'clock.
Yeah,
on your way
like,
home from school.
I would on my way home from
stop
school.
somewhere to buy like.
Yeah, a
Yeah.
carton of smokes.
You'd have to move out though.
Nah.
Because, dude, if you start showing up with a new stereo and cartons of smokes, your parents are gonna go, dude, what are you doing?
No. I wouldn't have needed that. I wouldn't have bought big shit. I'd have
How many friends would you tell?
tell all you guys.
I know, dude. I was gonna say,
Yeah.
words going around the school.
Yeah,
now
yeah.
there's rumor, dude, and it just takes one fucking, one Nancy out there to go. I heard Jay found 10 grand in a purse and kept
And this
that."
is how bad a kid I was. I'd be like, no, I didn't. Yeah.
That's just rumor.
Yeah. No, I didn't.
Okay, so
Who told you that? Oh,
Yeah.
Mike did? Yeah, well, Mike's a dick. I didn't
it's a great
find
defense.
shit.
you just deny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's a great defense.
It is a pretty good defense, unless they search your room. And
I
Why would they?
shoot
How
you.
can they?
I
Why
would
they
have
have no-
discarded the purse and all that shit, and
dude,
yeah,
thrown
no,
that into a river. Yeah,
I
that
would have
thing's
hidden the
long.
money somewhere.
Yeah. What do you think the proper? So if you're a good boy, you find this, you don't
Do what the
touch
kid
anything.
did. Of course, that's
Yeah.
the right answer.
Right,
He's
right,
a good
right.
boy.
No, but I'm saying if you do, if you did that, you dropped your purse for some reason, Jay, and 10 grand was in it, and this kid returns it, and it's all there. What is a proper reward?
It depends on. Is it her personal money, or was it
Yeah.
a business that she was supposed to go to the bank and get it in there? I don't know.
She
Because
gave
if it's like hers, then she's sitting on 10 grand. If it's
Yeah.
not hers and it's just her employer's or something,
yeah.
then you can't really expect
Let's assume
to
it's
give
hers.
you a grand.
She gave him $100.
Yeah, I might have gone 500.
Yeah, I think between
was-
500 or 1,000.
Yeah,
I think
that's what I was thinking too. 1,000. 500 is
I wouldn't
totally
have gone
respectable.
1,000. I wouldn't do 1,000. I'd go 5.
Dude, the odds of that coming back to
I
you
understand.
are fucking almost zero without anything missing. Like the fact that this kid returned it like that at that age, I would go, dude, here's $1,000. I can't believe your honesty. You're a good boy. You're going to do good things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
I'd give him I'd give him $500 and a referral letter.
there you go. There you go. And I think that's fine. I think $100 is bullshit.
Sure, you've
though.
got a good reference from me.
Yeah, I think
anytime you want
$100
it.
is shit. She might as well give him
Yeah.
nothing, in my
Yeah, I
opinion.
agree.
Yeah,
That's
I would,
bullshit.
dude.
That's like tipping a
If she-
penny. You know what I mean?
If she handed me that $100 bill, I'd be like, keep it, bitch, and walked away. Should have
Yeah.
kept your purse.
You'd get a
I would say that, you know
cigarette
what,
out,
dude?
light the $100 bill, and
there you
light
go.
your cigarette with
That's
it.
a good point, dude. You're right. $100, I would have been like, you really? I mean, no offense, but you just lost 10,000. Whatever. I don't even need it. You need it more than I. No, maybe
Yeah.
she does need it more than he does. By the way,
I'd have thrown it in her face, and then I would have thought better of it and gone back and like, can I have the 100 now? Because I was always bumming money off you guys and shit. Like I never
Yeah.
had any money. It was, I just wasn't good.
You'd
with money.
immediately do the how many cigarettes can I buy with this? How
Yeah.
many beers can I buy
How
with
many?
this?
How many Wendy's?
Yeah.
What was the burger we got there? The bacon.
No, I always went just
Junior bacon.
junior hamburger, no onion. That's what I always did.
I have a very different, vivid memory of this.
I never got bacon on my sandwiches, dude. I always went.
Junior bacon cheese. They were like
Listen,
a buck or something.
I'm
have to have
telling
this
you,
argument again.
I know. He did the yogurt thing or the pudding thing.
I absolutely did the pudding thing. I will acknowledge that. The Wendy's salad bar had this amazing chocolate pudding.
They're known for that.
I mean, after I would finish my water, I would fill up my entire water cup.
Theft.
I know. Which at the time weren't those little Dixie cup clear cups. Those were they gave you like a biggie.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And I'd fill the whole goddamn thing up with pudding every day and then go back to
Fourth period.
fourth or fifth hour and just eat pudding the whole time.
And no teacher had a problem with this?
No.
Wow, that's amazing. I wouldn't think you could get into a classroom with a full boatload of pudding and just eat it in class.
It's kind of crazy to think we had that open campus like
Isn't that nuts?
Yeah, we all just jumped in our cars and whipped out.
Yeah, sometimes we came back, sometimes we didn't.
Crazy.
Isn't that, do they still do that? Do campuses still have open campus policies?
I got to believe it's rare.
You didn't have that, did you, E?
No.
I mean, isn't that awesome? We could leave at lunch and go to
What
like
would-
Wendy's.
What would I
and-
have done?
Yeah, you didn't have friends and stuff or a car.
I mean, there was a period in my life.
Go
there-
smoke?
There was a time
Go get
in one of my
drunk?
things where I
yeah,
sat
go
there with
drink,
a
sex?
Go bang a chick.
Yeah, I couldn't
What do you
have
mean,
done any
what
of
could
those
you do?
You had an hour.
Yeah, dude. Go smoke weed. Go to a friend's
I
house.
wasn't gonna do any of those. Okay.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Actually, in high school, if I'd gotten to the car point, I would have done something if I'd had an hour. You're right.
Dude, I don't know. That kid's probably regretting this bigly, though. Returning that money. Honestly, dude. 16 years old with 10 G's.
It's amazing.
You are
It's an
set.
amazing move by that dude.
Yeah. Idiot. Idiotic move, but amazing nonetheless. Could be worse. Police in Congo have arrested 13 suspected sorcerers.
What is going on?
Well, they're accused of using their black magic skills to shrink or take men's penises.
Yeah, they're not using black magic, okay?
But they are.
Yeah,
I mean,
no.
they're sorcerers. Suspected.
No,
Obviously,
they're-
it's alleged.
Yeah.
Yeah. The witchcraft is strong in the Congo. It really is. And if there's some guy going like this and going to your dick and balls, and then you're like, holy shit, it shrunk. I mean, that's got all the elements of
Maybe it
witchcraft.
shrunk because a guy was touching your balls. Like you had a. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Well, unfortunately, reports of penis snatching in the are not uncommon
See, there you go.
in West
Okay.
Africa.
They're not just leaving them attached, Jesus.
Gotcha.
These are detachable penises.
Gotcha.
Belief in traditional religions and witchcraft remains widespread, and so ritual killings to obtain blood or body parts still occur regularly. We've seen that with the poor the guys,
albinos.
Yeah, the lacking pigment. And, obviously their bones make unbelievable potions. I mean, if you're looking for good, health and wealth, just all
Good
around
fortune.
good fortune, you need some ground up albino bones, and the younger the better. If you
You'll
get
be getting 16 pizza rolls in your box of 15 in no time.
Exactly. Congo is, got some 8 million people, victims, 14 of whom claim that sorcerers simply touch them to make their genitals shrink or disappear. What
They just
Summerson
trying to
said
explain their micro penises, you know what I mean?
Maybe.
Like placing the blame on someone else. Like, yeah, I know I got a small dick, but, I got cursed. I got cursed by a witch doctor.
Yeah.
What am I supposed to do?
Yeah, it's not a bad call. I mean, if you're
It's a
stuck
pretty
with,
good move, you know?
Yeah. Tommy Lee posted a video on Instagram of some kid, and he's like, "Look at that little mushroom cap." And this kid's like dancing in his room and pulls his little man panties off, and it's the tiniest dong you've ever seen. So
Why
go to
does he-
Tommy Lee's
what?
Instagram, yeah. And so maybe, I don't know, maybe
He
he's
really posted a nude child?
No. I mean, a kid like 18, 20 something. That kid, No, I didn't mean like a 10-year-old.
It sounded
no,
like
no, there's a big bush and everything. I mean, the kid's fully developed.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
Thank God.
And it's just a little peanut. Just a little peanut. See if you can find it, Easus.
Is it pretty recent or?
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't have to find it. I'll take Mike's word for it.
But if you want to see what these sorcerers are capable of,
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? That was the point, was to like show you, like, dude, this happens. and
Kid's
it's
been to the
possible.
Congo.
Yeah. So what the residents are saying is, a lot of times these sorcerers will do this black magic thing to you, and then on the flip, they'll be like, I can cure you for a little bit of coin.
Sure.
So it's
Get him on both ends.
Yeah, it's a ruse.
Love it.
Yeah. Police arrested the accused sorcerers and their victims in an effort to avoid the sort of bloodshed seen in Ghana a decade ago when 12 suspected Panu snatchers were beaten to death by angry mobs. Yeah.
Good for the mob.
Yeah. Well, if you're out stealing penises, what do you expect?
Every now and then mobs are, a little short-sighted or off
Yeah.
the mark. Those mobs are right on.
In this instance, yeah. I mean, I'd be right there with them, When you try to tell the victims their penises are still there, they tell you that it's become tiny or that they've become impotent. It's real. Just yesterday here, there was a man who was a victim. We saw it. What was left was tiny, said a 29-year-old girl. 29-year-old woman. Any luck with the video, E?
No.
Sounds like a total out for any of you guys out there. You hook up with a chick,
Yeah, but
take her home from the bar,
you can't
and then
get
you
a-
got to explain it. Hey, I got cursed by a witch doctor in the Congo. Sorry,
Yeah, what am I going to do?
Yeah.
You think we could pull that out? Because people here are going to, I'm telling you, people are going to be skeptical of that. If you go with that story in America, like in West Africa, all day long, go with that. It's like, yeah, dude, what am I going to do? I was, witchcraft.
Yeah, it's pretty exotic, isn't it?
I feel like
The
if I go,
notion that an American would have gone to the Congo is pretty rare.
but I was doing Greenpeace work over there. I was building
There
huts
you
and
go.
shit.
You're
Yeah.
building yourself up.
Yeah.
Care about the environment, care about the world.
But while I was there, there's more to the story. Here's something I got to
Yeah.
show you. And in the bar, I just pull my pants down.
Got a little mushroom.
And if I'm like, yeah, there was a sorcerer, there was, he was doing his witchcraft, and he zapped it, made it tiny like this. This is what you got now.
no, I got a
So,
Smurf house.
yeah, just a little mushroom cap. But what am I going to do? I was in the Congo doing good work for people, and now I'm this.
It's as good as any explanation, Mike.
Do you think that flies with American women, though? Do you think American woman
I
would
mean,
go?
you got to sell it. You can't chuckle during it. It's got to be a well put together yarn.
So you're saying if I can keep a straight face, you wouldn't be surprised if American women bought that story of why my dog stinks and is tiny. Because a sorcerer.
Got to remember the chick's probably a little tipsy. Picked her up from the bar, right?
Yeah.
She's ready to go, and you just gotta,
Yeah.
just gotta get a quick explanation out there. It's still gonna work. Don't worry.
And then her next logical question is going to be, well, there's cures for that. Why didn't you get the? And it's like, dude, I was doing Greenpeace work. I wasn't even making money.
Yeah.
I didn't have shit.
And really, there is a cure for that. Please let me know what that is.
The sorcerers were saying that. That's part of their thing. Because
She's not gonna know that.
Yeah, but if she does, I got to be ready. If she goes, isn't there a cure? Can't you go see another sorcerer for some witchcraft and fix this? And it's like, yeah, I didn't have a fucking dime on me, or I
Yeah.
would have. Yeah, but instead, when we had to fly home. Good luck finding a good sorcerer around here.
Sorcerer, he ran out of Batwing that day.
Yeah,
Whatever
exactly.
it was.
Exactly. Now I'm stuck with this. how do we share the planet with some of these? Like, dude,
It's like Isis always says, you know, like we're carrying around these little computers in our pockets. Their goddamn cell phones can do what they can do, and there are actually people on the planet who are believing that, and that's real life for them.
yeah. And to the point where a mob can track people down and beat them to death over it, instead of someone going, dude, there's not a fucking bat wing or albino bone on the planet that is going to make this guy touch your dong and have it shrink or disappear. That doesn't exist. If you can't get hard, there's another problem. It's not that. One meeting with the village, and you can clear all this up. Why is this still going on? Just show them a video of what's going on in America in 2018. You know what I mean? Fuck. Penis stealers. Did you see those squirrels in Wisconsin?
Yeah, I did. You know,
Yeah.
Isis and I talked about this one day when you were out, I think. We had one of these situations where there was like 6 squirrels on a tree.
Yeah.
And they were all kind of going in different directions, and their tails were tangled by the tree sap and just by being nested together, I think.
Yeah.
And we've got another case of that in Wisconsin where they're nested.
Yeah.
And their mom, was using like plastic and stuff to build the nest, and it
Course.
got their tails, their stupid bushy tails.
Well, who knew? We always thought that the bushy tails is what saves their lives, makes them adorable looking. Hairless squirrels are rats.
You bring a pink nude tail
Ugh.
squirrel out.
Yeah.
And you'll see, I think, a different treatment of those sons of bitches.
So some guy sees they're in their nest, they're little guys, and someone sees the juvenile gray squirrels and reached out for help. Their tails became entwined with long stem grasses and strips of plastic.
Dumb mom.
Yeah, so she's making this nest in a hurry. These guys are sleeping. They get all tangled up. Do you have pictures of them, E?
These poor little guys. They're all drugged at this point. They look half dead.
They had to be anesthetized.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at that guy.
Look at them.
Ah!
Those little buck
Poops!
teeth.
Poops! What are you guys doing? Oh, those.
Did you see them taken apart, though? Some of those tails did not. They're worse for wear, dude.
Yeah, they're gonna
I
have
mean,
trouble.
There's a
Yeah.
couple, I think they said, were going to end up pretty nude.
Yeah.
Good luck to them.
They said it was a pain in the ass. Like, how do you decide?
Look at that.
Oh man.
It's gross, man.
Yeah. Which guy are you most worried about? I think all their tails are fucked. Really.
Probably the guy right in the center, right? The top
center?
Looks pretty.
Yeah, that's pretty nude. For a good half of that stalk is nude. Man. 3 of the 5 they say are bushy-tailed. The other 2 have a little less fur. They're going to continue to monitor them to make sure they're doing all.
Yeah,
they're
nobody,
doing okay.
nobody shoots the 2 nude ones thinking they're rats.
Yeah, exactly. God, look at those little guys. Had to put little masks on their faces and anesthetize them. How bad would that suck? You're in your little nest taking a nap, and it's like, oh man. Yesterday I could walk around. Now
That must
Hey!
be very confusing.
Yeah. What are you guys doing? Get out of there. Let me go. They're all trying to pull in different.
Yeah, there's the ones me and Isis were
Oh
talking
my
about.
God.
On the tree.
Boy, oh boy. That's like the girl with 2 heads almost, right? Because these
Yeah.
guys have to work in sync, right?
Well, these guys can't explain it to each other either, so they're all moving
Yeah.
in different directions. That probably kills, man.
Yeah. What's this guy doing? Is he just fucking around? Because I don't think his tail's caught on anything.
Yeah.
Is he just making fun of his boys? That guy top right he doesn't belong there. He doesn't. Anyway, should we get some email?
We do have some email, Mike.
What do we got?
If you'd like to write into the show, everybody, send us your thoughts to email at DetroitCast.com. And we have a Mike, another Mike, who wrote in, has a grievance. So I'm going to put him to the
Clock
clock.
it.
I don't think it's going to take much. If it's certainly not the whole clock, but we'll put him on there.
Okay.
E's hatred of funeral expenses got me thinking about one of my biggest pet peeves: funeral processions. How do we still allow this today? They are so incredibly dangerous. Police and fire have professionally trained drivers with sirens and lights flashing, yet I'm the bad guy if I T-bone Nana going through my green light with her 4-inch magnet flag on the trunk. These were meant for short country road drives, no traffic lights, probably with horse and buggy, not winding through a city. The funeral procession.
That's fair.
It is.
It has always struck me as weird, where it's like, legally, I can just, this little flag lets me just roll through reds.
I know.
Tits.
Yeah, and there's just a quick instruction by the funeral director, right? I mean, it really doesn't tell you much. He's like, "Yep, don't stop. Just keep following. Don't
Yeah.
stop."
Yeah.
Can everyone not just know where the funeral place is?
I know. Give
Do
them on a
I
map
think
and just say, we'll
I think
meet
it's
you
out
there
of
too.
respect, though. Everybody ought to
Yeah.
respect them and let them all get there. And
Ugh.
but some of those, you've been in them, right? Where they go
Oh,
on for like
yeah.
a mile and a half.
Yes, I'm always judging how popular someone was by those.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, I can't help it. I'm
I
always
know.
judging, like,
You see one with like 2 cars. You're like, oh boy, wow.
I hope that
Oof.
guy was over 100
Oof.
because that sucks. All his boys are dead.
That's what I was
Then
gonna
you
say.
see-
It's usually
or maybe it just
unpopular or they made
sucked.
it too long.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, because you can outlive all your friends, and then nobody's
Oh.
there to show up at your shit.
For sure.
You know?
Yeah,
That's the biggest negative price of making a certain amount of age. If you care about your funeral, that is.
Yeah.
If you make it to 100, how many people are you gonna have?
Wasn't it like wasn't a Seinfeld bit where he's like, yeah, you look at birthdays when kids are like from age 0 to 5, and it's like the parents are telling you who their friends
Yeah,
are.
you're right.
They're scheduling.
He says,
kids
yeah,
to be
he says
there.
essentially a
And then
birthday.
it's the
yep.
same thing once you hit 90 or whatever.
These
They're-
are your friends.
Look at them. They're happy for you.
How embarrassing would it be, though, if you're part of the family that there are only like 3 cars in the procession, and that they go to get the magnet things.
I'd be
and-
like,
and
let's
the
not
guy's
do
like,
this, is what I would say.
You know what? This isn't necessary.
Yeah,
just put them back. Just
meet-
follow
meet
us.
me over there.
Yeah, just meet me over there. If you get lost, it's third door on the right. You'll find us. You know what I mean? Like that would
We're waiting
suck.
on you guys. So whenever you get there, we'll do the thing where we put them in the ground.
Yeah, I mean, you guys know where it is. We don't run any red lights though. I mean, fuck, you'll get T-boned out there.
Yeah,
but
that'd suck.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess bona fide. I see the purpose of it, but the smallness of the magnet is troubling sometimes. I think there's a lack of instruction, a general lack of instruction, because I have seen people who aren't sure. Do I go through it?
Yeah.
Do I stop here?
Well, do you want to be the conductor or the caboose? Because the caboose guy gets 4 flags.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is kind of dope, dude.
You're easily marked, right?
Yeah. Here's the way
I don't know.
I see the procession. The procession is equally as annoying as when you get stopped for a train. That's the annoyance level I have. Like, fuck, really? How popular was this guy? I got somewhere to be.
Right.
Right.
I guess I'm gonna go. Old man and pussy. Because
Okay.
I think there's something to letting people get to the funeral, and what's the big deal? It's like a train, like Mike says. Deal
Yeah.
with it.
E.
I'm gonna say, like, you think I might say bona fide just because of my slamming of funerals, but I just don't think I just think there's so little. I mean, I hate funerals too, but I don't even know the last time I've had a funeral procession deal with
They're
me.
getting more rare, maybe. Are they getting more
So
rare?
I'm
Maybe
gonna
there's just
say
not a lot
processions?
of. Yeah, I've not seen many lately, man. Maybe I'm just not in the area for
Where people are dying?
cemeteries.
Yeah.
No, cemeteries.
I don't know. Honestly, I just
I
don't know.
haven't seen a ton of them lately either. Now that you mention, people haven't stopped doing that though. I mean, that still is a practice.
It's a thing.
Yeah,
I have no idea how to feel about it. Honestly, I'm very.
Well, how do you feel about it when you encounter one, Jesus? Are you frustrated, or are you like, "Fuck you, dead guy"?
Yeah, why do I have to get my
Are
day?
you
here's the thing, I think
inching forward,
Okay,
trying
here's
to
the
like
thing. Here's the thing.
intimidate?
If we're gonna have these, I guess this is why I'm really weird on this. If we're gonna have them, if we're gonna have funerals, I guess I don't mind the procession.
Okay, we are gonna have funerals.
No. So
We
I
are.
guess I don't mind the procession then.
For now.
But in my opinion, I dislike it more because I just don't. I think the whole thing's stupid. So I don't like them in the
It is
idea
a
that I
bit
don't like.
showy, your last chance to, look at me, everybody pay attention to me.
No, I'm just saying all of it. The money, the fact that you have
Yeah.
to pay this cemetery to hold a body, the fact that we have to pay someone to do all this. I just don't think. I think we should just throw them in your backyard or whatever.
Folgers can, baby.
Yeah. So in that sense, I guess I'm going to say
with
bona
E.
fide.
Once we get that rocket thing down, I think we just take our dead and ship them to space. And we're just trash now, floating about.
What did Depp do with the cannon that he shot Hunter S. Thompson out of? I mean, maybe we can just,
Get that.
publicly use that, rent it from Depp. Depp needs the money.
Dude, you'd have to work that thing round the clock, though. There's a lot of deaths.
Well,
I mean, that thing's going to get worked. It would be tits, though, dude. It's like, oh, did you go to Jay's funeral? Yeah, dude, they fucking blasted him out of a cannon. It's awesome. I think it's bona fide
Yeah.
because I think the whole thing is dumb. I hate every aspect of it. I think that this paying respects is overrated. And this whole, like, fucking, let's get in a line together.
Everybody
Like, no.
grieves differently, Mike.
Yeah. Well,
So-
Okay. Well, I'm going to go back to bona fide and basically just based on what Mike just said. I think the whole thing's dumb anyway. So
there you go.
Whatever.
I changed E's mind. I don't think I've ever done that before.
Yeah, no.
Nicely done by me.
Okay.
E, how many cars do you think will be in your procession at this stage right now?
If I died right now,
Yeah.
I think it'd be all right.
Think you'd do all right? You think
Yeah.
Chubbs would be there and
Yeah.
TCG?
Even
Jay,
after
would you go?
even after they watch the montage set to Blink 182 of you
the
eating
small
rabbit
things.
shit and so
Well,
forth.
my friends don't. They already know all that, so that wouldn't
Yeah.
matter. Why would I care? I don't know. It'd probably be all right.
If we took listeners out of the mix, like no
Yeah, I
listeners
was gonna
can
say,
go.
yeah, right,
I mean, I
right.
think it'd be. Would you go? Jay?
No, it wouldn't be. I guess. it
Yeah,
wouldn't
I'd
be
go to E's funeral. Of
You would?
course. Sure.
I don't want you guys to go to mine.
I'd laugh the
I don't
whole
need.
time,
You
but-
don't need to. You don't need to. Don't feel obligated. You don't need to.
Aaron writes in, my bosses, this is just an FYI from Aaron. My boss's son was getting some lobster mac and cheese from the fridge in the garage during halftime of the Michigan ND game when he was struck by lightning.
What?
Yeah, I need to know more. You
Wait.
can't just write that and say have a great day, Aaron. I need more. Did he spill? Did he use the 5-second rule? What happened here to
Yeah.
the lobster mac and cheese?
Of course, a Michigan guy was getting lobster mac and cheese.
Is struck by lightning slang for, he got blown in the kitchen or something? You know what I mean?
Where
It's
was
like
I don't
it's a
think
rare
so.
it's a rare event where you walk into the kitchen and someone sucks your dick.
Yeah,
It's like you're
Aaron.
struck by lightning.
Do you mean really struck by lightning, or did he get his dick sucked?
Yeah,
is
you get
Mike's
blown in the kitchen.
question. No, I mean, it's struck by lightning. I think he got struck by lightning out in the garage,
Isn't that weird? Like lightning is weird because it enters you and leaves like a burn.
Yeah.
And then it bounces around you and it's
Yeah.
like, I gotta get out of here. I
Yeah.
gotta get out of here. And then like shoots out a toe or something.
Yeah, and the notion that he could be in his garage and still have
Yeah.
the bolt come in there and affect him.
And what happened to his lobster bisque?
That's what I'm saying, dude. There's so many.
Yeah.
This begs so many questions,
Yeah.
Aaron.
He did that on purpose.
He left
dude.
me wanting more.
Yeah, yeah. That is a goat getting email.
Totally, dude.
Yeah.
Let's see. Larry writes in Toledo mail question. Sarah is correct on the Toledo mail issue. So Sarah, of course, provided us that kaleidoscopic journey
She's
through
the
Toledo.
idiot that sends fucking mail in the post office to her neighbor and has it go through Detroit first instead of just dropping it off at his house.
Right.
Moron.
She's correct on the Toledo mail issue. Also, East Siders, she's correct about East Siders in T-Town, too. I had no idea the east side of Toledo was so
Yeah.
hated.
Yeah.
What do they call themselves? The Nickel?
Yeah.
Because their zip code ends in 05.
yeah.
That's kind of badass.
Yeah, it is kind of badass. What is the deal? They're white trash as fuck. Is that the
I
thing?
think that's basically it.
Yeah, like they're still rocking mullets
Bottom
and stuff.
feeding assholes.
Yeah, yeah.
Mike provided us a picture, an image, if you will, of his recent purchase at Arby's. He wanted us to know that the Arby Classic is now $3.29.
What?
So what used to be procured
5 for 5?
5 for 5 is now $3.29 each. Shit.
That is
and you know the
unbelievable.
sandwich got smaller. Sandwich got smaller.
It definitely got smaller. I'm not even kidding. Wait,
Wow.
Fast food is a
that-
ripoff for the most part, unless you get like fine
Is the
dollar
roast
menus.
beef classic the one we're thinking of that was 5 for 5?
Oh, that
though?
might be original, right? Roast beef, just an original.
I don't know
Arby's
because
roast beef.
I know they've got the giant.
Jesus, you have a Bing machine in front of you. Is the roast beef classic like with all the accoutrements, like do they have lettuce and tomato and shit?
No, dude. No, it is
So I'm
bun
looking at
and
Arby's
beef.
roast beef
That's
classic.
it.
Well, that's what I'm remembering is the 5 for 5. I'm wondering though what the classic is, whether that's more,
Yeah.
whether he's paying more for pickles and shit. I don't know.
Well,
No,
you can't
this
give
is
us an
what I mean,
image.
I
Of course,
hate-
their image is going to look amazing,
Yeah.
but in reality,
I know, but this is what
look
it
at the
looks.
robust nature
Yeah.
of that sandwich.
God, look at that Hope Solo. Look at that Hope Solo.
I hate roast
God
beef.
damn it! I just
You just thought of her vagina,
Yeah,
didn't you? Yeah,
I
I'm sorry
did.
about that. Yeah. Sorry about that. God, that looks good. You don't like that, E?
No, I've never liked Arby's.
That thing just in
so
a...
that's the classic right there.
I guess.
So that is $3.29.
That's bullshit.
Wow.
God, I want that in a bathtub with Arby's sauce.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just
Yeah.
swimming in Arby's sauce. Oh, it's the best sauce ever. Might be my favorite condiment, by the way.
Scott writes in, gentlemen, hope this email finds you well. In regard to the stand your ground defense that's going on in Florida, it's simple elementary rules. If you don't want to get shot, keep your hands to yourself. As Jay likes to say, we're a nation of laws. If you don't have a wheelchair sticker, you don't park in the wheelchair spots.
Yeah.
Okay, but this obviously relates to the story where the guy came out
Yeah.
and got shot after arguing.
killed.
Yeah, shot and killed by a guy who was protesting his girlfriend parking illegally in a handicap
Yeah.
spot. Like, really?
This guy's
really?
got a red ass over anyone who parks in a handicap.
This guy had to die because his girlfriend parked illegally in a handicap spot. Come
Yeah.
on, Scott.
And the dead guy in the store with his 5-year-old son, by the way, when he walks out there, all he sees is a guy berating his girl. And there's 2 other kids
Yeah.
in the car. And, he's like, what the fuck,
Gonna
man?
do what any dude would do.
Yeah,
Go out
so
there.
he-
What's up, my man?
So he walked up and just pushed him. Not the smartest move. I mean, we say that now. Like, don't even flip someone off on the road. You just don't know what some idiot is doing out there. And what, it's just not smart. But you shouldn't be fucking killed over that.
No.
You just shouldn't. And the guy, if the guy hopped up and charged him, if the black guy went after him, like
Yeah.
like to ground and pound,
Or reached for his waistband or something like that.
shoot it, whatever.
He was in the midst of backing up. Like, oh, shit.
Oh shit! When the guy's hands go up, like, it's like, really, dude.
It's a brutal case.
Yeah, and the other witnesses from around the area that are telling stories about, the guy couldn't wait to pull his gun on me.
Yeah.
Sounds like this guy's got road rage issues out the ass and is dying to use the stand your ground law.
Seems like it.
That's what it looked like to me. It looked
See how
like
that
fucking
plays out.
murder to me. all it looked like.
Mike, we'll save the rest for tomorrow.
Very good. All right. Let's get out of here then. God, I think I want to go to Arby's now. That looks good.
That
doesn't
did
it?
look good.
Yeah. Maybe we'll do that. All right. We'll see you tomorrow.
You've been listening to the Detroit Cast with your hosts, Mike and Jay. From all of us at Radio for One Studios, thank you for listening. And as always, thank you, Detroit.